Hello all, welcome to Selenium with CHAS training session 15. In this session, I will discuss how to customize browser window size, means how to maximize our browser for testing, how to minimize it, how to zoom in to a particular pixel size. So maximize you already seen, right? If you want to maximize the size of the current browser window, user need to use maximize method, driver.Manage.Window.Maximize. So that is the part we are already doing for every time whenever we are opening any web page. So you could see I have created an object called instance for the driver. I want to maximize the driver, like driver.Manage.Window.Maximize, and I am navigating the browser. So sometimes I can maximize it after opening the driver, or after load is done I can maximize the driver. So let's try to do both the way. So I will be maximizing the driver. So my browser will be open, immediately it will be maximize, then a page will be loaded, right? So that's the type I will be doing it here with the help of maximize methods. So you can see browser is getting open, window is getting maximized, and the page is getting load, right? Now I want to do the maximization before, right? After the page is getting loaded. So I can just do it after the page is loaded, and I can quit the browser, driver.close or quit, right? Okay. So that's why I can also use the maximize. So driver.Manage.Window.Maximize. So here first your browser will be open, and then your page will be loaded, and then your maximization will be happen. So this is the two way you can, whatever you want to perform, you can do it, proceed with that way. So you can open the browser, you can load the page, you can maximize your window, or you can first open your browser, you can maximize your window, then you can load the URL, right? So that's, you can see it is getting closed also. Operation successful. So sometimes I also want to minimize my browser, right? Then how can I minimize it, right? So suppose say I am just opening my browser, right? I am navigating the URL, I am maximizing it, then I can minimize it. Driver.Manage, similar way, .window, and it will be minimize, .minimize. If we press dot, you can see the minimize method will be coming, through which we can minimize our window, right? And if you want to wait for 2 seconds every time, so you can wait for 2 seconds. Thread.sleep, you can give some wait time, .sleep. So I can wait for 2 seconds time for every transaction, so you can get to know that everything is happening properly, right? So I can wait for 2 seconds here, and again I can wait for 2 seconds, and again I will be maximizing it, one minimizing it we are performing, right? Again I can wait for 2 seconds, then I can quit the browser. Okay, that's fine, I can leave the quitting part for now. So I am opening the browser, I am loading the URL, I will wait for 2 seconds, I am maximizing it, I will wait for 2 seconds, I am minimizing the browser, again I will wait for 2 seconds, and again I will be maximizing the browser. So that's why I can provide some, perform some operation, right? After that, after again maximizing done, I can identify some element and I can provide the input, right? So suppose say the Facebook page I am opening here, right? I want to identify some field and I want to add some value. So this is the email field. I already know that this, the name will be email, driver.find element, right? So I can inspect the element with the help of by name. So this is the email field, this is the name, and I can enter some value, send keys, test 1 2 3. So that's why I can perform the operation, right? Okay, so that's done, you can see. Now let's try to run the code. So what will happen here? It will load the, it will open the browser, it will load the Facebook page, it will maximize, again minimize, again maximize. After that, it will identify the email field, it will enter the value, right? So you could see that thing will happen. So it will try to launch the browser first. Once browser is opened, it will enter the URL for the Facebook page. In the same, zoom, it will not maximize the browser. After the page is fully loaded, it will maximize the browser. You could say the maximization will happen after the page is fully loaded. It is getting maximized. You will wait for 2 seconds and it is getting maximized. Wait for 2 seconds, it is getting minimized. Wait for 2 seconds, it will again getting maximized, and after that it will enter, identify the email field, it will enter the value test123. So your code is working fine, right? Our code, whatever we have written for the minimize and maximize, it is working fine. And even after the minimize maximize, I am still able to identify the element. There is no hard and fast rule, or there is no problem at all happening, and I can definitely go with the identification, any kind of element identification, and definitely once element identification is done, I can perform the operation, right? So that's why I can do the maximize or minimize operation on the browser window. Okay, so here if you want to customize your any browser, it can be Chrome, IE, Firefox, right? Suppose say a specific zoom level or specific pixel level, then you can do also with the help of size methods, right? So driver.Manage.Window.Size, you can use it, and you can give the x-axis and y-axis coordinate here, right? So that's why it will be automatically zoom up, right? So let's try to maximize the browser first. Then I will be I want to customize the browser zoom or maybe x-axis, y-axis to a particular coordinates. So I will be using driver.Manage.Window.Size equal to new size. You can see the new size, and here I need to give the x-axis and y-axis. I can give, suppose x-axis is suppose say 720, y-axis say suppose 480. I can give it, right? So I will maximizing and minimizing, maximizing that pixel, right? Okay. So new size, while reason is coming. Okay, it's gone now. So driver.Manage.Window.Size, you will maximizing it. Now if you, whatever size you are maximizing and minimizing, right, if you want to print them in the console, you can print it, right? So I will be with, this is coming from the size method, right? Console.write new line. Similar fashion you can print it out, right? So driver.Window.Size. That's why I can print the size. And now if you want to print the width and the height as well, right, you can also similar way you can print the width and the height, whatever, right, specific customized size has been, you want to update it, right? So it will be size.width and size.height. Okay, let's try to run the code and let's see. Okay, no issue. So I am just opening the browser, I am loading the URL, I am maximizing the browser. After that I want to customize the window size to that x and y coordinate, 720 in the x-axis and 480 in the y-axis. Then once it is done, I want to get that size and also width and height in the console. I want to print that one. So let's try to run this code and let's see how it is happening. So it will launch the browser first, it will load the Facebook page URL, it will maximize the window. After that it will customize your browser fitting to the x and y axis, whatever you are giving, with the help of size method. And once it is done, right, you can also get the the fittings or the browser whatever you want to customize, right, as an x and y coordinate with the help of width and height method available in the size method, right? You can see that is the customization happened. x-axis it is 720 pixels, y-axis it is like 480 pixels, but definitely it can be changed, some sort of minor changes, right? Sometimes 720 is not visible, maybe 730, 725 like that. So if you go print here, you can see here instead of 720 it is zoom by 722 pixel, and height also instead of 480 it is zoom by 482. So that slight changes can be happen. So that is the reason it is coming in the console as well. Width is coming as 722 and height is coming as 482, and size is width equal to 722, height equal to 482. So that's way you can customize your browser window size. Okay, and the minimize part I already showed you, how to minimize it. But apart from that, if you want to minimize your browser, and that browser you will never be able to open it, so if you want to do that way, so you can use the point class and the position method, right? So to minimize a browser window using WebDriver, user need to use position or the minimize method, so that it will minimize, but that minimize you will not able to open, maximize it or resize it, right? So you can only close it with the help of right click. So let's see how you can do it. So with the help of positions method, we can do it. So let's comment it out, all the code here. So here we will be using the, instead of size we will be using dot position. Okay, and here we will be using the point class. So new point, I can give some x pixel, y pixel, suppose say x pixel I can give 0, y pixel I can give suppose say 720. Okay, because you will be minimizing it completely, right? And if you want to print the position also, you can print it out, similar way. So whatever you already used it for the printing the size also, so it will be, instead of size it will be position. Okay, now let's see how it is behaving. So if you want to minimize it and you don't want to resize it again, so you can use that method, position method, and with the help of point class you can minimize it. Okay, let's try to run the code and let's see what is happening here. So it is getting opened, I mean Chrome browser is getting open. It will load the Facebook page, it will maximize the page, then it will minimizing, and you can see it's getting minimized, and if you go down here and you could see this is getting minimized, and you are not able to open it, that is part you are able to see it, but you will not able to open it. Okay, you could see that is not getting open, it is completely getting minimized. So if you want to close it, you have to right click here and you need to close it here only. That is the only option, otherwise it will not work. Okay, so that's why you can also do the one kind of minimization, is completely minimized. Okay, so that are the different aspects is available to customize browser window size. You can maximize it, we can minimize it, we can minimize it so that it will never maximize or never reopen the browser. And if you want to just customize if you want to customize your browser window size, you can use the size methods, and definitely once it is done, you can also get the current size and width and height of the browser. Okay, so that's all for today's session. Thank you.